going. Mhm.
I have 12 o'clock. I'll call to order the meeting for the Princeton Board of Zoning Appeals, September 26, 2025. Could we have a roll call, please?
Merle Bryant, Bob Gibson,
Present.
Ed Aldridge,
Present.
Matt Wallace,
Present.
Ralph Welp,
Present.
Janelle Wood, Clint Smith.
Like to welcome you all here, and anyone wishing to speak on behalf of this conditional use application, would you please make sure that you've signed in at the back? There's a sheet there at the back by the door. So the only business we have today is the conditional use permit application for 800 South Prince. Have anyone who's here to speak on behalf of the project? Yeah, anyone wishing to speak for or against the application, we'll ask you to come to the podium. Please state your name so we can have it for the record. Do we have any discussion, or do we need to present anything for the petition as part of the board?
Usage of for the facility or for that use for the art, be able to use that parcel of land for what they're applying for. It has nothing to do with the site plan or anything like that.
Yeah, so this is a particular use that can exist in multiple zoning districts. However, whichever zoning it is in, it does need a special use or a conditional use for that.
For the record, as I recall, we talked about this at the last meeting, but the reason we couldn't approve it or vote on it was because it hadn't been published in the newspaper. So
That is correct.
that's why we're here today.
So why is it labeled a conditional use? What's the meaning of that?
There are certain uses in the zoning code that are like the county jail, schools, libraries, those kinds of uses can exist in just about any zoning district. But no matter which one they're in, they all need to have a conditional use, and that's governed by this body.
The intent is so the neighboring properties can have a voice and say on what's going, especially in residential.
I didn't hear all you said.
I said the intent is so the neighboring properties can have a voice for their neighborhood is one of the primary reasons.
And the conditional use follows the applicant, not the property, correct?
Yep, which in this case, the applicant and the property owner is one.
So if at some point down the road, the use of this building were to change, the conditional use would go away when this use.
Yeah, if it doesn't
Yeah.
comply with the current zoning, the residential zoning, if Art decides to sell this building
Yep.
to someone else and whatever, if they drastically change it to whatever manufacturing facility,
Yep.
then yes, they would have to come back.
So any approval here would be for this specific use.
So if there's no demonstrators or anything, probably need to close the public hearing before moving forward with the motion.
So does anyone wish to speak on behalf of the project? It's certainly not required, but you're welcome to.
My name is Stan Keepus. I'm the executive director of the ARC Southwest Indiana.
Okay.
And so we've applied for this permit to build a new facility on the land that was donated to us by the North Gibson School Corporation. We have been in business in Gibson County for over 60 years. Started in 1963, serving primarily adults with disabilities. In the past, we've also done first steps and served children with disabilities. Now we're primarily adults. We employ over 200 people in this community. Last year, we paid over $6.2 million in wages to the staff, primarily here in Gibson County. We paid over $35,000 in taxes to Gibson County and are on track to pay over $50,000 in taxes to Gibson County in the upcoming year. And so this facility is going to be something where we consolidate all of our programs into one building. Currently, we're at least 3 different locations in town. We also own several properties in town, which are houses for individuals with developmental disabilities to live more independently. And so we want to streamline our services and become more efficient by locating all of our services in one building, which is happy to answer any questions about purpose or the intent of our project.
So is this a building where anyone would be residing there?
Nobody will be residing there.
Okay.
It will be offices, and it will be a large area for our day programming, in which approximately 65 to 80 individuals will come on a daily basis to receive services during the day.
Any questions from the board? Thank you. Anyone else want to speak? Could you come up here, please?
I would just say one thing to keep in mind is there was an old Franklin school was there. It was in terrible shape, bats, raccoons, and we raised it, so cleaned that lot up. I think that was a pretty good service we did there. Just want to throw that in.
Any other public comment? Sir,
My mind's been eased. I'm Tammy Harbison. I live across the street from where it's going to be built. My concern was with the parking on Prince Street, which is my side of the street, that it would not affect my street parking because I have no other parking resource. So that was just the concern I had, and that's why I'm here.
I have a question.
certainly.
Will there actually be any street parking by ARC personnel?
Stand. Otherwise, it doesn't get picked up unless you're at the microphone. Sorry, we've learned that.
There will be a few angle street parking spaces in front of the building. We do not intend to, make our way out onto the road. It will be cut in a little bit, correct? And then there will be the angle parking, so it shouldn't affect Prince Street. The majority of the parking will be behind the building, and we intend to build a pretty large. Right now, we're scheduled for 102 parking spaces in the back of the building for all of our staff and the vehicles that we use to transport our individuals to either their homes, their jobs, or different activities or volunteer opportunities.
But there'll surely be some available parking on site rather than on the street.
Yes. Very, very large parking lot behind the building,
That's a big-
which is what we will own.
What is behind the building? Is south of it or east of it?
On the lot,
Pardon me?
on the lot.
Yeah, on our lot.
On
Yeah.
the lot, but I mean, is the back of the building facing south or?
The front of the building will face Prince Street, which is west.
So.
Yeah, the
if
front
you're-
parking is for visitors, just only a few spots.
So if you're having angle parking, you're going to cut back into the,
Yes,
so that it doesn't impede the traffic.
correct.
Clint, you might be able to answer this. I think like on her concern, it's not gonna affect the west side of Prince Street, correct? She'll still
Correct,
have
yeah.
her parallel parking on that street.
And currently, the ARC's proposed zoning, that carve out is actually, it's restricted to no parking. So that is something, moving forward before the final plan review or permitting, they'll have to come in front of city council, and city council will have to actually pass an ordinance allowing parking within the right of way. Because they're gonna carve out, they're proposing to carve out part of the right of way and then add angle parking in the right of way. And then they're also moving the sidewalk. And if I remember correctly, I think the sidewalk's gonna, basically the public sidewalk is kind of gonna go into their property a little bit to accommodate for the additional parking.
That's the east side, though.
Yeah.
Her concern's the west side.
The west side is already, it has parking along it right now.
That's
so,
what,
yeah.
that's what she was
Yeah,
asking.
yeah,
though,
yeah.
that west
I
side
don't, I
parking
don't
stays.
foresee, I mean, that's gonna be something that you probably ought to show up to the city council meeting just to ensure, but, yeah, I mean,
I knew the drawing didn't show anything happening to the west side, but
right, right. And I don't foresee seeing any reason why that would change in any shape or form.
Yeah, so the approval of the site plan, that's.
So in resident, so since it's a conditional use in residential, so you guys will make a judge or a call on the usage, and then from then, it's utility, and the site plan will actually not come back in front of planning or BZA,
Oh, okay,
because it's still operating under, residential.
okay.
So, yeah.
So this, but our focus here today is, we're just, is this an appropriate land use
Correct,
for
yeah.
this property?
Yep. Yep. The only other, if there's a variance needed for parking or anything like that, which we haven't got into the weeds of all that yet.
Okay.
Yeah, there's still a couple,
Yeah, there's more steps, but we're just,
there's,
we are just, is this an appropriate use of this property?
yep, this is step.
Any other comment? Going once, going twice? Then we will close the public hearing portion of the meeting. And I would entertain a motion from the board.
I so move that we make the motion to grant permission for this conditional use permit for 800 South Prince.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Could we get a roll call vote just to be clear, and we're,
Merle Bryant, Bob Gibson,
Yes?
Ed Aldridge,
yes.
Matt Wallace,
yes,
Ralph Welp.
Yes.
it's I counted 4 yeses, no nos, so the motion carries. We're approved. That's the only business on our agenda today. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Thank you all.